Hey, welcome back. This is part 2 of creating this rosette wall hanging art piece. So if you missed part 1, you might want to go back and find that and then come back here and watch the end. Let's get it done. So I started off by wanting to tone down the papers that form the rosette just a little bit. So I just watered down some white gesso. I didn't want it to look like somebody just splattered a bunch of white paint on it. I just wanted to soften the colors a little bit and maybe add just a little bit of a highlight on those top ridges of the papers. So I watered it way down and I'm just applying it with a brush, and I think that kind of did the trick. So now it's time to glue the art piece to the rosette. And I'm just again using the Ultimate Glue by Crafter's Pick, my absolute favorite glue to use for paper projects like this. And I'm just going to put a generous amount right there in the middle on the cardboard piece, and then I'm just going to make those circles around on the folds of the rosette papers, just a couple of rows of glue to hold the art piece in place. So this pretty little piece needs some embellishment now to tie the centerpiece to the rosettes, and I found this black beaded necklace. It's probably from the 60s or 70s. It belonged to my mom, and it's been in my drawer of pieces to use for assemblage for a long time, and I thought, you know what, that would just look really good around the outside, but it wasn't quite long enough. So I grabbed a couple pieces of this rusty cheesecloth, and I thought I can tuck the little metal pieces that the clip rings were attached to. I'll tuck those down in, and then I'll hide the fact that it doesn't go all the way around with the little piece of cheesecloth and hide those ends at the same time. So I'm just trying to get it placed the way I want it, make sure that it's going to look okay, and then I will go through the painstaking job of getting it glued to where it will stay. There were only a certain spots along the rosette where I either had a bead that was landing in a valley, or I had the connecting threads between the beads where they were landing on a peak or on the top of a fold where I could make good contact with the glue. So that's what I'm about to embark on here, and just taking a step back here and looking to make sure that's, yes, that's what I want to do. And I just added another little piece of cheesecloth there at the top right, kind of directly across from the larger piece, just to balance it out. So that's what I'm doing now. That was almost as painful to watch as it was to do. So next I grabbed the Distress Spray Stain in Black Soot, and I'm just going to splatter some black splatters here and there and fling a little bit so that I have more kind of drippy looking splatters. And I think that kind of adds to the vintage aged feel to the piece. So I need to further embellish this rosette, and I'm thinking that I want to use some tea-dyed tags, but rather than just glue them on, I want them to be free hanging. So I grab my Crop-a-dile and I'm just going to put 3 eyelets. I'm going to punch holes where I want the tags to hang and then put eyelets in to reinforce the holes so that I can hang the tags on. So that's what I'm doing here, just punch the hole and insert the eyelet. Love my Crop-a-dile. And I just covered that piece of cardboard that's on the back, the circle on the back, with a coordinating piece of paper just to finish that off. And now I need to add some sort of a hanger. So I thought just some simple brown twine, natural like hemp type twine, would coordinate well with kind of the rustic look of this piece. So I knotted the ends of a length of twine, and I'm just going to tuck it down in a couple of the pleats in the back with my ultimate glue. So that's what I did next. So yeah, it's definitely a Monday. My camera battery died before I could record the final editions, so I added the tags and some pieces of Tim Holtz Ephemera to finish this off. And so I took some pictures here so you can see what the final piece looks like with everything added to it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and in the meantime, go make some art. Bye.